Welcome back, and today as our guest we have Miss Angela Skinner, a new member to the INTV family. Angie, as I know you, welcome to our studio today. Thanks for coming in and sharing all about yourself.
A pleasure.
And I see you're actually sitting there as two people.
Yes.
When are you due?
We are due September 5th.
And you're going to have?
We're going to have a little boy, Owen Michael.
Aw, let's see, Michael.
Where did that come from?
Yeah,
Yes.
His daddy's going to be Michael Skinner, huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I like that name.
Thank
Owen
you.
Michael. Is the Owen a family name as well?
Just like it.
Aw.
Just like it. Found it on the internet. And
So you and Michael Skinner have been married for a couple of years, and
Yes.
you grew up in Fort Gibson.
yes,
And you went to the University of,
Oklahoma Christian University
and your major?
was broadcast journalism.
And that's where the exciting part comes, I think, is because that's basically what you're doing right now with INTV, but you have many hats. Tell us a little bit about your experience at OC.
Well, I'll backtrack a little bit. At Fort Gibson, they started my senior year a little broadcasting class. And it was not much of anything, but the teacher was a lot of fun, and it sparked my interest. And I thought, I could do that. I could do that. I think I'd enjoy it, and it would be fun and get to tell people's stories. So I think I'll dabble in it my senior year of high school. And so I did, and some of the pieces I have are pretty funny. They're lost in shelves at my parents' house, but so I decided I would pursue broadcast journalism at Oklahoma Christian University. And I went there on a soccer scholarship. It's a private university, and my family upbringing was very modest, and so I needed a route to get there, and soccer gave me the way. And I just enjoyed every moment of that college experience, and broadcast journalism was a lot of fun. The stories I got to tell were enjoyable. You know, there wasn't any hard news. It was all what was going on around campus, or spotlighting somebody that was doing something special on campus, or even it's a Christian university, or, you know, mission trips or whatever. So lots of good, feel-good stories. And in my mind, I thought, you know, I'm going to be a morning news anchor. And I'm going to take after, I think her name's Robin, but I can't remember her last name, at News 9 in Oklahoma City. She would come in and probably work half a day, do the morning show, and be gone. And I thought, that's perfect. I'm going to work half a day, be on news, and get to do the morning show type stories, and go home and be with family. And I thought that was just the most wonderful idea. And then the real world slapped me in the face after I got out of college. And I worked at Fox 23 and made a lot of wonderful friends and relationships there. Unfortunately, the hard news part of that lifestyle, and the late nights and the hours and the thankless efforts just started to weigh on me, and I just knew that it wasn't going to fit. And truly, the moment I knew it wasn't for me is I finally got to do some reporting, and I went out and I was going to have to cover a house fire. Talk about a slow news day. I mean, that isn't necessarily relevant, but so I'm going out to cover a house fire, and I'm walking through the rubble while this family is sifting through their things, and I couldn't bring myself to talk to them. I couldn't. I could not do it. And I thought, I may get chewed up one side down the other, but I'm walking away from here, and I'm going on to Jinx, where I was going to do a business story on one of their sidewalk events that they do in the heart of Jinx. And I left that story behind, and I realized I have no business doing hard news, because what if I'm, you know, the next story I'm supposed to go talk to somebody that lost a child in a drive-by. If I can't talk to somebody about their possessions, there's no way I'm going to feel comfortable asking them about heartache.
So the feel-good part isn't always reality.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of my aha moment. And I knew to get to the point of morning news anchor, I was going to have to spend a lot of time in that hard news reporting, and I couldn't see myself doing it. And so at that point, I said, what else would I enjoy doing?
Late morning latte.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of stuff, it's fun, it's feel good, you know, and I love it.
But you went back and you got your teaching degree.
Well, actually, no degree. There's alternative certification, and I'm actually not sure that it's offered still, but at the time, you could go through a series of steps, quite a long series of steps, testing and interviews, and just, I'm leaving so much out, but it's been a while since I did it, but you go through all those steps, and then you can get your alternative certification, and then you teach with that alternative certificate for so many years, and a professional will come in and check how you're doing, kind of watch you teach, and after a certain amount of time, then that alternative certification turns into the real deal. So now I'm certified just like any other teacher.
Oh, that's great.
That did go through.
And did you teach anywhere besides the middle school here in Tahlequah?
Well, not here in Tahlequah, but whenever I was working in Tulsa, I was living in Tulsa, and I got my alternative certification. So I looked in suburbs for teaching jobs because I didn't think I was cut out for Tulsa Public Schools. So growing up in Fort Gibson, my experience was a lot different. So I looked at some suburbs and found a job at Coweta. And what a great experience, but I tell you, I was wearing so many hats there, it didn't take long for me to decide I wanted to go somewhere else. And that's what led me to Tahlequah.
Well, I think that sounds like an exciting career path so far for such a young person. And we're going to hear more about what's going on in your life today when we come back.